Hello there and welcome along to Sarah Harron's YouTube series called 3 Bags on a Boat. It was Sarah's idea and she absolutely loves the title. And we are not the bags, by the way.
We are not the bags.
No. Because Sarah,
you have actual bags.
We do. And of course, you really are the bag queen, aren't you? You are the founder of Sarah Harron Bags. And not only have you made a fabulous collection, this is the thing that always makes me go, wow, you know how to make a bag because you used to make bags.
Yes, that is the truth,
That's
actually.
a hobby.
Yeah, it was a hobby. So I started it out as a hobby and I've taken a hobby business and turned it into, well, a tiny bag empire, but due to be much bigger sometime in the future. But, you know, everything starts small, little acorns and all of that.
Like this boat. Now, we actually are on a boat. It is Sarah's boat. Just so that you know where we are. We are on the Thames. You can hear a lot of clanking going on outside. The rain has kept off. We've kept the doors open. It's absolutely lovely. So we're joined today by Melissa Kettlewell, who is the founder of Kettlewell Colors and works very closely with Sarah.
Yeah.
Your friends.
Absolutely. Yes. Delighted you're here, especially as I'm desperate to know how you actually use your handbag on a day-to-day basis.
Well, Sarah, I've actually got a basket style bag here because I do like to fill it with lots of things. Although it doesn't have compartments, I do get things lost. Anyway, it's filled with all sorts of things. Okay, because this is my catalogue. And inside this catalogue is all the clothes that we produce. And it's our 20th anniversary. And basically, Kettlewell is not just about selling clothes to people. It's about helping people find the clothes that love them back. And we really specialise in colour. So it's finding those colours that make you feel fantastic. And so it's about discovering your own unique palette. And actually, so this is we've been doing this for 20 years. But I'm just going to bring out my second piece now because they're related and it helps you to understand the two parts of the business. So this is the colour swatch book.
Yeah.
Here.
Cool.
And most recently, as I said, we've been doing this for 20 years, but we've just introduced a colour studio. And this is a place where you can come and have your colours done.
Yeah. And it's fabulous.
This is down in Somerset. So all of our clothes are sold online and you can shop by colour once you've identified your season. But this is what I've been wanting to do. So all these 20 years, I have been wanting to put the two pieces of the jigsaw puzzle together. So we've always sold clothes as a solution to people who know their colours or who want to wear colour, but we've never been able to help people actually identify those colours. So, and actually, we've just done this with you.
You have, but I wanted to just say, up until now, how do people find out what their colours are? Because, of course, not everybody, as much as we'd all like to, can go down to Somerset.
So up until now, we've been working with, we've been in partnership with lots of colour stylists, and we are still working with the colour stylists all over the world, in fact. Because, of course, you can't all come to Somerset. And the colour stylists work in lots of different ways. There are lots of different organisations. And we work very closely with them. And, in fact, they'll have our catalogues and hand those out to customers and help them shop with Kettlewell to find their colours. But it's something that I've always wanted to do is to actually bring that colour analysis together with the shopping rather than being separate. So rather than having, lots of shops all over, we've got our one colour studio where you come in, you have your colours done, discover the palette that suits you, and then we have the clothes there so that you can try on the clothes and discover, exactly what's going to suit you.
Rather than going online and buying from somewhere else that doesn't have all the colours that you've just been told will help you feel more confident.
And if you can't come in, is there somewhere where do you find your representatives? Where do you find your agents?
Such a good question.
Agent colour.
Such a good question. But it's difficult to describe because it doesn't really, it's not sort of everywhere on the high street. It's not something you come across necessarily. But the first thing we do is you can go onto our homepage and we have a colour quiz. So you can find your colour profile online. Obviously, that's not 100% accurate because it's only as accurate as your answers. But it gets you started and you can kind of identify with the season and start playing with that. Then we have a directory. So on our website, again, you just can go on to our stylist directory and you can find somebody near you
who will come over and do
you
this.
can go and visit them and have your colours done and then shop with us online.
And are we all confused? I know I am. Between the colours I like and the colours that suit me.
Actually, instinctively, we know the colours that suit us, but we get lost along the way. It tends to be, you know, like a best friend will say, oh, that's a lovely colour on you. She probably means that's her colour. She likes that colour. Okay. Or it could be a partner who says, I love you in that, you know, lilac colour, for instance. Or just fashion.
Just to sort of decide to get an easy life.
Or their mum wore lilac. And so...
Or, yes, exactly.
Yes,
it works the other way as well.
Yes,
if your mum dresses you in something that you don't like, you're never going to wear it again. Or a school uniform. You know, we have so much... We have a relationship with colour. We have those kind of memories and sentiments about colour. But actually, if, you know, as a 3-year-old, if you give a 3-year-old a set of colours, they will just go naturally to the colours that suit them.
Well, that's why you founded Bags of Joy, because there are colours that people feel good about,
instinctively. And actually, that's why it works really well with Melissa and Kettlewell and Sarah Harron and the Bags of Joy, because they complement each other. Whereas like Melissa, I want to make sure that the product is something that the customer enjoys. Mm-hmm. And so colour is really important. They'll use it as a colour pop, or they'll use it to make themselves feel good. It's the last thing they pick up as they walk out the door, but it's that last thing that makes them feel really confident. And this is me now. This is my day. I'm going out and I'm going to really feel good about it. Or I'm going to that meeting and I'm a bit nervous about it. I'm going to make sure everything in my bag is just perfect so that I'm not going to look stupid or do something silly. It's funny, it's just a real thing for females. And actually that's part of the reason this podcast is so lovely, because everyone's got an emotional connection with their bag. And you just don't realise it, actually. And as we start to reveal all of these things, we hear all these lovely stories.
Which brings us back to your bag.
My bag.
And other things that you've got in it.
So, the next thing I'm going to pull out, a tape measure. Does anyone else carry a tape measure, or is that a bit strange?
No.
Do you?
I do. In fact, I've asked you to do a tape
I know
measure.
a tape measure, yes.
I said, can you make a tape measure in a nice little Sarah Harron leather cover?
Yes, that would be so nice. And what I like about this one is that it immediately goes back. You don't have to keep rolling it up. Yes. So the reason I've always carried a tape measure ever since, for the last 20 years since I started Kettlewell, because, I used to apologise for designing the clothes, because people used to say, who's the designer? And I'd sort of say, well, I'm not a designer, but I suppose I produce the clothes, you know. Mm-hmm. And I think I always start with the customer. For me, it's about, these are my customers. I like to visualise my customers, all the different heights, shapes, sizes, ages. And then when I go shopping, or if I'm just with a group of friends and I see, like, I love, your lovely blouse, I'm immediately wanting to know, what's it made of, and what's the fit like, and does it go in at the waist, or how are those shoulders? So I get my tape measure out, and
can I measure you?
Exactly. Or, just wherever I am, I just want to get a kind of feeling for the fit of a garment and then compare it.
It's no worse than me saying, can I see inside your back? See what the lining looks like.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I love that. It makes me feel normal now. I'm so glad you've seen that.
Well, actually, Sarah and I met through our customers, as I mentioned earlier, didn't we? Because
we did.
Sarah's the same. You're always thinking about your customer first.
It's always in my head, how are they going to use the bag? And I think, especially in bags, a lot of bags are designed by men who traditionally don't really use the bags that they're producing. And so they don't think about how it works for you during the course of the day. You need to take your keys out, or you don't want to be digging around. So it's all these little things that, like having one of your dresses I've got, that one actually, but it's the short dress.
Yes, you've got the Townsend.
Yeah. And when I was away in Turkey last week, it was so helpful because I was having my sunglasses and my phone. In fact, I lost my sunglasses in my pocket. I was chasing around the place and said to Martina, I'm so embarrassed I've left my sunglasses.
No, make deeper pockets.
Yes. So that's actually what happens. Yeah, but having pockets is practical. Yeah. It's an actual function, and if it's in a lovely dress, and a bag's just the same thing.
I love the fact that gym wear now has got those little pockets at the side. I think I sometimes wear my gym sort of bottoms just so that I can have that little pocket there.
Yeah,
running around. What else have you got in that bag?
Right, okay. So how about an old-fashioned photo? Should we go with the old-fashioned photo?
You carry photos around with you?
Well, I have one or two. I know, because everybody is always looking at phones. But actually, my daughter's going to kill me, because this is a photo of my daughter when she was a baby. She's now 26. But it's an old-fashioned photo that I've had in my wallet, all that time since she was
beautiful.
One.
Yes, you've carried her wherever you've gone.
I have carried her wherever I've gone. But what's quite nice about the story with my daughter, so actually I have 3 children, and all of them have been involved with Kettlewell in some shape, form or other. So Tash, my eldest daughter, she's actually trained as a colour stylist, and so she's working in our colour studio. And I love it that I promise you I didn't force her into it. She helped me to build the colour studio and then became interested. And I think the younger generation, that younger generation are really interested in colour now.
And what colour is she?
So,
because I know your colours are segmented, aren't they?
Yes.
In seasons.
Yes, and we have just done yours, Anthea, haven't we?
Yes, you have.
And you are actually the same as my daughter. So Tasha looks like me in that she's blonde and she's blue-eyed, or she's got quite grey eyes, and I assumed that she would be a spring like me. My colours are light and bright and fresh and warm. And in fact, you thought you were going to be a spring, I think, Anthea.
I did,
yes, but actually, if we think of it as a spectrum, so there's no hard stops. You are in that little space on that spectrum, which is you're actually just on the cusp of winter. You are a winter, but you're very close to spring. So those colours, that's the same as my daughter, exactly the same. So you may look or appear like a spring, but you actually are, your skin tone is just slightly cool. But the colours that you suit best are going to be those lovely clear colours, clear and vibrant, which I think you said that you
Well, I did.
You love.
What is unusual is that all the colours that ended up being my colours were the ones that if you put me a whole load of paint pots,
yes,
along
that's
and
what
said,
you would have chosen.
Which ones would you
Yeah,
like?
you would have
I would
gone.
have gone those. And there's I like clean colours. I like uplifting colours. And that doesn't mean I like yellow or fuchsia pink. I just like clean colours. I like cleaning, actually.
You like cleaning, you do. Yeah, you like the cleaning, so there's a connection.
But those are the colours that like you back. And the thing is so that's what I mean. Your gut instinct was telling you, I like clean colours. But when you wear those colours, they're going to brighten your eyes, freshen your skin, make you feel yourself, feel authentically you. So you can go out in the world and feel confident wearing those colours. Whereas if you were to wear, let's say, a mustard yellow, which we know is not your colour, I think you'd spend the day going, apologising, wouldn't you? Or sort of you don't want to be seen.
So you must have changed people's lives, literally, by changing their colour.
For the best. I hope so.
Because confidence, when you walk into a room, you want to feel confident. Confidence is the key to life. And if you are wearing the wrong clothes, the wrong colour, the wrong everything, wrong lipstick,
you just feel wrong. Everything's wrong.
You feel it. We know when we've got it wrong.
You do feel it. Yeah,
and I by the nature of what I've been doing most of my life, is that I've been forced to look at myself. And when I look at old Top of the Popses at the moment, I'm looking at it like that. I'm thinking, what were you wearing?
It was the fashion of the moment. That's what you've got to console yourself
But even though it was the fashion of the moment, I know I spent a lot of time in the wrong colours because I thought I needed to be cool and earthy and something that I wasn't. Yeah. And the day I just canned that was the day I bought a lovely pink suit, or it was actually bought for me by GMTV, and I sat on that sofa and thought, after having a rocky start, to be honest, thought, I can do this.
Just needed to wear the right
needed that colours. And I know, and I have still got that suit.
Yeah.
I can't quite get into it. It's just a little tight, but I will never get rid of that suit because it changed my life.
There we go. That's exactly it. Yeah. No, well, that's why.
So you must have lots of instances. I mean, that's a dramatic one from me.
No, a lot of people have the same stories.
You must have so many good stories, which is why people could do themselves a favour if you're worried and you think, well, I don't know, I got my wardrobe wrong.
No, definitely.
It's not necessarily what you're wearing, it's the colour.
It's the colour. Well, I mean, I was that person. I remember, when I worked in fashion on the King's Road for 15 years, but I just wore black. And black is not my friend. I was hiding. I was hiding in black because I wasn't confident, and I wasn't confident to be me. And I'd wake up every morning and I would pretty much cry because I just didn't know how to get dressed to feel like me. So I would put the black on, go off to work and hide. And then I had my colours done. And it really was that life-changing moment when all of a sudden it's okay to be me. I can wear turquoises and apple greens and bright, fresh colours. And it's okay, and I don't mind if I'm wearing those colours, and people will accept me for who I am. So it's amazing when you embrace those colours, you go out into the world and feel wonderfully confident.
Fantastic. Let's go back into that bag, because it's fascinating.
Okay.
There's so much.
There's so many more things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
This is moving on completely.
Yes.
Okay. Spray.
I don't know if you travel a lot. I'm sure you do. Okay. So when you're on an aeroplane sometimes, I mean, actually, I've had a few late nights, and you have that little tickly throat.
Yes.
This is something.
Something's coming.
Yeah. This is something my sister gave me, and it's made from the bees, from bee. So it's called guaco propolis, and it's from Brazil. My sister lives in Brazil, and it's mixed with honey, but the propolis is basically bee glue. So the bees, when they go and they find the nectar, and they come back and they go into the hive, and
we really are on a boat.
We are on a boat. That'll be. That's because they get all the special boats go along the Thames, all the cruise boats.
Yeah.
Every so often, and that's what that will be. So you were saying we're on a boat.
I love being on a boat.
Yes,
it's
lovely. Yes. Right, the bees.
Yes,
the glue.
Anyway,
the bees and the glue. Yes.
Basically, if you can just spray this at the back of your throat, and literally it stops you getting a cold. So I don't go anywhere without that. My sister is, although she lives in Brazil, we're very, very close. And, we have our WhatsApp group and speak. And she is, I think of her as sort of like my healing doctor.
Yeah.
She knows all about plants and herbs and what you need to take to make you feel good. I mean, she's a yoga teacher as well.
Can you get that in this country?
Well, I did actually have a quick look online, and you can.
You get everything on Amazon.
Yes,
and you're buying it from Brazil and it's coming in? Or
I think
it's,
this is from Brazil.
Yeah.
But there are some, I think if you search up the propolis, you can get it.
I like the sound of that. I'm going to be... Yeah, because it always starts. It's that little thing, isn't it? Just somewhere there. It's always starting. Something's on its way.
Yes, it is.
Get it.
Right.
Next.
Right. Okay.
So excited.
As we've been talking about sort of friends and family, I'm bringing a product that I've had for over 10 years. This is what we call the cashmere gauze stole. And actually it's produced by a friend of mine. So the great thing about this is we sell these at Kettlewell, and you can see it's very, very fine cashmere. And this is one of my neutrals, by the way, this sort of peachy colour. So it goes with all my strong, bright colours. And you can scrunch it up and put it into your bag. And again, when you're travelling, if you're a little bit cold, put it round.
On the airplane. Or you arrive somewhere where it's freezing cold and that's the air conditioning.
Exactly. But again, what I love about it is that, it's, again, with a friend, going into business,
really
like
cool.
with you, Sarah.
Yes.
It's
really nice to bring
lovely
your
to bring your friends
into it.
Just working with people that you get on with.
No one wants to do business with horrible people anymore.
Yeah.
All the horrible people should know this. Yes. Be nice or be joyful.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're never going to work with
No.
Well, that's right.
No.
We only like
Oh,
nice people. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but life's too short, and you're at work a lot of the day. So yeah, and so it's nice to have that. I think
I've
that's
got
lovely.
one more. Can I?
Go on,
am
then.
I
Of
allowed
course
to
you
have
can.
one
Yes,
more?
yes,
Because
let's see.
this is quite random.
Okay. Oh,
I don't know if you,
I
either
remember
of you
that.
had one of these
I
cards.
had one of
Did
those.
you have one of these?
Yes.
So when you invited me onto this, I looked in the back of my purse and I found this. And I've had this. I've been carrying this since 1984 in my purse. Even has my maiden name, Kettlewell, on it. And it's a donor card. And I'm a great believer in everything being in circles. And the circle of life, in the circle
Circular
of
bag.
death,
Circular
circular
bag.
bag, circle of colour.
Yes.
I love to keep things going.
Go in circles.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So I believe, like when I'm done with my body, I'd like to pass that on if it's of use to somebody else. And so I'm going to continue carrying that, as it reminds me of, giving back. And I feel like I'm at that stage of my life now where I want to give back now. So
No, and I think we all, as you grow a little bit older, you become a little more thoughtful about these things. And you're right, conscious about these things. And that I think you do see your mortality as well, which I never gave one jot for many, many years. Until
When you were 20, you were living forever.
Yes. Started to get a little bit older and started, okay, do the maths.
yeah, it does make you sort of think
No,
about well, what do I
absolutely.
want to do?
Yeah.
I don't know how long I've got. What do I want to do? What do I want to bring to the world?
Yeah. And have you now gone onto the website and put all your details in?
I will now. I will do it.
Do that. Because I've done it with body parts as well.
Right, okay, enough of that. Enough of that. Now, come on.
And
Let's have some
you
joy
run
here.
as well.
Oi. Right.
Oh my God, my favourite bag.
Your favourite bag. So this is the bag that I would like to give to you, Melissa, because I think, well, the one good thing is it's got circles.
Yes.
So we're
Yes.
on with the circles. And then the other thing I really like about it for you inside is there's a really lovely pocket. And I think you can put your donor card in there, as well as the pictures of your children.
Yes, thank you. Oh,
there you
Sarah.
go.
Donate as well.
Oh.
Yes, there we go.
Yes, well, I think lots of people would like this. I am thrilled
lovely
with this.
Michelle
Thank
bag.
you so much.
Yes,
Oh,
it's lovely.
I often feel that when I go to a meeting, I'm not quite smart enough. So now I'm going to feel very appropriate. And it's, again, in one of my favourite neutrals, sort of my
Right
best
colour?
neutral colours.
Imagine if I'd given you a black badge.
Yeah,
That would not have done
Oh,
well.
sorry, Sarah.
No.
I probably might not have accepted
You might
it.
not like
But this
it.
I
That's
love. Thank you
perfect.
so much.
You're very welcome.
It's a very good bag for she-bagging as well. You ever heard of that phrase?
No, I really am
Shit,
wondering now. What is? No,
Want
you
me
have
to
to
carry
tell
on
us
with
now.
this?
Well, you're going to have to tell us because I'm now intrigued.
Okay, this is
Come on, then.
she-bagging. Lend me the bag. It's very important, this is, that we all know this. You're on a train, you're on the bus. You can't do it on a plane. Well, you're anywhere. You want your area. You don't want anybody to sit by you. You she-bag.
Oh,
That is she-bagging.
okay.
It protects your area.
Okay, yes,
People
this
can
is
come on.
you're marking out your
and
territory.
This is really territorial. This says, don't sit by me. I really don't want you to sit by me. Occasionally, you look around the train and you think, oh, it's getting a bit full now. So you un-she-bag and reluctantly sit like that. I don't like to, but I have to sometimes, especially on the tube. It's
Okay.
got this she-bag.
I'm going to watch out. I'm going to watch out
Everyone's
for
gonna
that.
be
And I
for
sit
that
like
now.
that.
Yes.
With a bit of a
Okay.
face on me.
There we go.
That is
she-bagging.
it. Oh, we've learnt something
And
new.
on that note, it's been an absolute delight meeting you. Thank you very much for doing my colours. I know you'd already done Sarah's colours. What are you, by the way?
Spring.
Feel spring. There you go. That's lovely. So we're going to spring into another show very soon. But for today, thank you very much. Today we have makeup artist Ruby Hammer, who is also a brand founder. I just remember you being one of the first people who helped people, normal people, make the best of their face.
My thing was always to kind of educate
It's got to work for that woman, you, me, young, old, my grandma, my mum when she was alive. It can't just look good and cost a fortune. Is Ruby drinking rum? How am I going to wear that? It still keeps the face going up.
And I am using this and loving using it.
Look, you see, she listens, she uses her brain, and she works out something for herself.
That's why it's always good to smile.